Music. I like music a lot. It's probably one of the most important things humanity has ever created, and can be one of the most great, most poetic, beautiful, meaningful pieces of art to ever exist. And sometimes it can be this. Of course, that's not saying this isn't art. And my love to music spans across every single genre: rock, pop, country, rap, hip hop, soul, all that shit. Aside from black metal, yo black metal listeners are some weird basement dwellers. Now, music takes so much to make. You need to be good at least one instrument. You need to like lyrics, melodies, beats, produce the music. And knowing the amount of work it takes to make this stuff, I think it's sad that there's so many artists and bands not being appreciated in this world. Especially when Katy Perry's new record reached the top 10 in multiple countries, while these guys can't reach even a fraction of that. So yeah, here's 5 music people you should listen to, I guess. Don't ask about the name. Wargasm is a band that has been noticed by Corey Taylor and Limp Bizkit, so that's how you know they're good. When you go to Wikipedia, their genres are listed as electropunk, digital hardcore, new metal, and post-hardcore. Now, you might be wondering, Dimes, what the fuck is digital hardcore? Well, I didn't know this beforehand either, but I'm pretty sure that digital hardcore is a fusion of hardcore punk and electro dance music, drum and bass, and other similar techno genres. It features super fast tempos and really aggressive sound samples. The guitars are usually extremely distorted, sometimes even to the point where they don't even sound like guitars anymore. So basically, imagine if Cyberpunk soundtrack was all aggressive punk songs. That's what digital hardcore is. The movement was started by the German Alec Empire of the band Atari Teenage Riot, which is such a mouthful to say, by the way. Notable bands from the genre you might have heard of is Machine Girl and Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, which is a Japanese band whose music has been featured in Hunter x Hunter, Kaiji, Baki, Parasite, and others. Now, back to Orgasm. And usually not into hot people music all that much, but this dude manages to execute that so well that even I like it. What I mean by hot people music is songs that talk about exclusively sex and stuff like that. I'll be honest with you, that music usually makes me really uncomfortable, but Wargasm manages to execute it in such a way that it sounds badass. Their songs make you feel hot. Like, you feel like the embodiment of sex appeal when listening to some of this shit. And not to mention how hypnotizing some of these tracks are. These samples are so ridiculously aggressive, it makes you want to put a fucking hole in the wall while you groove. And I can't fucking describe how good Milky's silky smooth voice sounds alongside Sam's aggressive screams. They combine so well together. That took like 4 takes, by the way. So basically, go listen to Orgasm. I can describe this band with only 4 words. Punky, modern Limp Bizkit. Silly Goose have so much 90s style, but they're modernized it in such a way that it feels so fresh. It's not like a lot of bands that have jumped into this like new metal revival thingy where it can't really hold up to the original era of new metal. Not this band actually takes a spin on it, and that's really unique and cool. I mean, you can definitely tell they're inspired by the old 90s and 2000s style. The vocalist sounds exactly like Fred Durst. And you can tell they're all a group of friends having fun, but they don't directly copy it and put their own spin on it, which is really nice. One of the music videos is just shot in a moving train on a normal day. Like literally, they went into a normal ass subway during a regular day and waltzed right in with a bunch of fans and played a show in the moving train car. The lyrics are just stupid and fun, and they're not trying to be serious at all. And that's good because in a space where a lot of artists talk about mental health in very shallow ways that really don't stick, while these guys are just goofing around. So many of their songs are so loud and in your face. They hit with such force. They just have this insane punk energy that can't really be compared with any other artist or band. I haven't been listening to these guys for a long time, but I really have to say that they are so fresh and unique. You gotta keep an eye on them. What if I told you that Jordan Fish of Vex Bring Me the Horizon fame helps with this band's music? Nothing you can I don't really have much to say about House of Protection because they're a super young band and only has a single EP that released recently. But it's amazing to me the impression they make and slight blow up they've been having around the metal community with so little music released. That shows how good their shit is, and there isn't really that much to say. It's just good. Their music is super groovy, and groove is something super important that isn't really appreciated in the metal scene, which sucks because it's honestly the biggest reason why the most popular metal in the world gets so stuck in your head. All of their songs are so different, but still House of Protection, you know? And the fact that they are just two people is insane. They've really been around the scene for a long time and know their shit. I mean, the guitar used to be in the Chariot, if you've ever heard of them, and the drummer is still in Night Visions. Both of them used to be in Fever 333. Opinions on that band aside. Bro, Jordan produces their stuff. How can you say no? I'm trying to sell you this band so fucking much right now. Their whole discography is a 20-minute listen. You're not losing anything if you just sit down for 20 minutes and let your ears consume this.
Fight whoever is righteous, let him be righteous still!
These guys are insane. It really depends on what you're into because you can really split their stuff into like 3 groups. First, we have their early EPs, which are like kind of skate punky. I'm not personally into that stuff, but I feel like someone can really like that hasn't already seen it. The first 2 albums are pop punk, but definitely leaning more on the punk side, with Crown Shyness being comparable to hardcore sometimes, and honestly one of my favorite albums of all time. And then we have their 2 most recent albums that combine a million things into one big thing, but they are very mainly inspired by new metal, industrial, and alternative rock. A lot of people hate their new albums for sounding different, but I honestly really like one of them. A lot of it's not the same as the other stuff, but that isn't a bad thing. The lyrics on every single song are amazing. From the poetic sounding lyrics of Crown Shyness to the angry in your face tones of Don't You Feel Amazing, all of them feel really nice and have something to say. And the whole band in general has this energy that can't really be replicated by anybody else. Their first album, not saying their whole title, is highly praised around the scene, and putting it in next to the other albums in the genre is just so much more unique and heavy, but still energetic and fun. If you're into pop punk, you can definitely need to listen to it, so yeah, give this band a chance. Now, if there was a person in here that was saying I wasn't talking about actual underrated artists, this whole part is saying otherwise. Boy Hero, at this current point, is a solo project by guitarist and vocalist Danarod that used to be a band, but I don't know what happened, so I'm not gonna talk about that part that much. Dan only has 29,000 listeners on Spotify, which is criminal, because I think he deserves at least 5 times that amount. He honestly has one of the best voices in the whole industry, and I'm not trying to make him out as better than he actually is, but he's so talented, man. A lot of his songs sound exactly like they would be released 15 years ago, but modernized for today's market. And if you're missing that old 2000s post-hardcore, I highly recommend the Recall EP that released in 2021, along with the acoustic version the next year. The 2018 Rocktober EP is also fucking amazing. It has a lot of super heavy elements, and it's so theatrical and loud, I guess you would say it. Debut is pretty cool too. That was back when they were an actual band and not just a solo project. His most recent EP, Year One, that I released this year, is super anime inspired, both in the music videos and the actual instrumentals and lyrics. I'm trying so hard to sell this guy. Please go listen. If Dan looks familiar to any of you, that's probably because you've seen him as Scene Queen's guitarist, where he gets disrespected on stage.
Really?
I'm sorry, what?
We don't drink really.
I heard a man talking and I was like, turn it off!
I think I'm gonna end it there. There's so much more stuff I could talk about, but I will save that for like a part 2 or something. If you're wondering why I haven't uploaded a long form video in like over a month, that's mainly because I went through multiple scrapped scripts that I wasn't happy with. I even had a Halloween video that was almost done, but I wasn't really satisfied with it when looking back, so I didn't do it. So yeah, thank you for watching, believe in yourself and never give up. Goodbye.